the Voice of Vietnam, broadcasting from Hanoi, capital of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Voice of Vietnam. I'm Phương Khanh, your host. As we approach the 48th anniversary of the historic Reunification Day, today's special program will start with a report on historic milestones in Vietnam's national development. And then we'll take a look at how Ho Chi Minh City pioneers in innovation and development. And for the last part of our show today, we'll feature a rendition of timeless songs to celebrate Reunification Day. And now let's get started. April the 30th, 1975 was a profoundly significant day for the Vietnamese people. On that day, the country was reunified and entered a new era of peace and national construction and development.
Peace, unification, independence, and prosperity are goals that all nations embrace. Throughout their history, the people of Vietnam have always aspired to achieve unification, and this aspiration was finally realized on April 30th, 1975. The Vietnamese people have overcome numerous challenges and difficulties to gain remarkable achievement in national development, particularly since national renewal, which began in 1986. For several consecutive years, Vietnam's economy grew more than 7%, one of the fastest growth rates in the world. Shifting its growth model, restructuring its economy, and implementing strategic breakthroughs have helped Vietnam realize its goal. Dr. Irina Korgan, director of the Center of Russian Strategies in Asia, said,
Можно говорить о том, что Вьетнам продолжает двигаться по пути индустриализации.
Vietnam is following the path of industrialization, and we see that Vietnam is developing several specialized industries, ranging from manufacturing conventional products to complicated technologies. Vietnam is developing major industries to create a general structure for the economy.
Vietnam has gone from being one of the countries with the lowest per capita income in the world to being a low middle income country. Vietnam's annual per capita income increased from $86 in 1988 to $4,100 in 2022 and is expected to reach $4,400 this year. Veramala Anjarja, a senior expert of the Center of the Southeast Asian Affairs in Indonesia, said,
Vietnam has pledged to protect human rights in the country. In reality, Vietnamese people enjoy several freedoms and human rights. The government is committed to the welfare of the people and the socio-economic development of the country. The government has successfully achieved a remarkable progress in all sustainable development goals, and its SDGs overall score is 72.76. The government has reduced the poverty rate. It means the government has successfully lifted millions of people from poverty.
Since peace was restored, Vietnam has promoted an open diplomatic policy of diversification and multilateralization to support national renewal. Vietnam has established relations with 190 of the 193 members of the UN and economic, trade, and investment ties with more than 230 countries and territories. Businesses from 142 countries and territories are now investing in more than 36,000 projects in Vietnam, with a registered capital of more than $440 billion. Vietnam is a member of more than 70 international organizations and forums, including the UN, ASEAN, and APEC. With its impressive achievement in national renewal and its effective contribution to international efforts, Vietnam has been elected to the UN Security Council for the 2008 to 2009 and the 2020 to 2021 tenures, the Social Economic Council for the 1998 to 2000 and the 2016 to 2018 tenures, and the UN Human Rights Council for the 2014 to 2016 and the 2023 to 2025 tenures. Since 2014, the Vietnam People's Army has participated in UN peacekeeping missions and has successfully fulfilled its tasks. So far, Vietnam has deployed more than 500 military personnel to the UN mission and headquarters, who have promoted the image of Vietnam as a country ready to contribute to global peace, security, and development. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said,
Vietnam has been a strong partner of the United Nations since joining the organization in 1977. Your women and men in uniform are playing their part in United Nations peacekeeping missions, and your leading role in achieving the Millennium Development Goals is a solid foundation for your efforts to implement the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The vision and ambition of the Sustainable Development Goals will be more important than ever as we recover from the COVID pandemic. As an elected member of the United Nations Security Council, Vietnam has been making important contributions in support of sustainable peace.
Vietnam's achievements during the last 48 years since its national reunification manifest the Vietnamese people's determination to make Vietnam stronger, more beautiful, and more prosperous. These achievements are momentum for Vietnam to become a developed, high-income country by 2045 when it celebrates its 100th founding anniversary.
Over the past nearly half a century, Ho Chi Minh City has taken the lead in Vietnam's socio-economic development. To maintain its growth speed and its role as a driver of the southern key economic region and the whole country, the city has promulgated open policies and mechanisms to create breakthroughs. Since national reunification in 1975, Ho Chi Minh City has maintained its position as Vietnam's economic locomotive and attracted a large number of workers. Although it takes up only 0.6% of Vietnam's land area, the city employs 8.6% of the country's labor force. Between 2016 and 2020, its gross regional domestic product grew 6.41%, higher than the national average of 6%, and contributed more than 22% of the national economy, the highest among 63 cities and provinces nationwide. Ho Chi Minh City is Vietnam's largest industrial and service center, with 15% of the country's industry and 33% of its services. It aims to become a major service center for the region, with first-class, modern service industries and industry development, prioritizing environment-friendly industries and products, and selectively attracting foreign investment to projects employing high-tech and modern governance. Secretary of the Municipal Party Committee Nguyễn Văn Nên said,
để người dân, doanh nghiệp phải chờ gì cái quy định này, quy định khác chúng ta phải chạy tháo gỡ. Trong điều hành đó thì phải có.
It's important for municipal authorities to be dynamic, dare to think, dare to do, and proactively remove obstacles for people and businesses. Because life is constantly changing, administrators must be flexible and adaptable, but must stick steadfastly to party guidelines and state policies.
This year, Ho Chi Minh City is determined to create breakthroughs in infrastructure, put into operation major projects and key works, including Metro Line No. 1 and the first phase of the municipal anti-flooding project, and start the Ring Road No. 3 project in June. Dr. Nguyễn Xuân Thành, Fulbright University lecturer, said, "Untangling the infrastructure knot, first of all, in transportation, will facilitate businesses and local economic development."
Quan trọng nhất đó là chúng ta phải coi cái lợi ích giao thông lên hàng đầu, tạo giao thông thông.
Top priority must be given to transportation. Smoother transportation will save time and reduce operating costs. As most sections of ring roads are expressways, there must be parallel roads.
As Ho Chi Minh City has enormous potential in fruit and vegetable production export, the municipal government needs to pay more attention to infrastructure, according to Nguyễn Đình Tùng, Director General of the Vina TNT Group, a fruit and vegetable exporter.
Tôi hy vọng là sắp tới là thành phố Hồ Chí Minh có thể đưa logistics vào kích cầu của thành phố để mà kêu gọi thêm đầu tư nhiều hơn nữa.
We hope that in the near future, Ho Chi Minh City will add logistics to the list of industry calling for more investment and build more warehouses and related facilities to make export more convenient and stable. At present, the city has a serious shortage of warehouses and cold storage.
Phạm Phú Lữ, Deputy Director of the Municipal Investment and Trade Promotion Center, said, Local authorities will increase meetings with businesses to resolve their difficulties and obstacles.
Chúng tôi trong cái hoạt động xúc tiến của mình trong năm 2023 tập trung vào các hoạt động kết nối giao thương.
We are focusing on trade connection by coordinating with business associations in other countries and inviting foreign business delegations to learn about Ho Chi Minh City business investment environment. That way, we can connect domestic and foreign enterprises and concentrate on the city's key export products.
The resolution of the 11th Ho Chi Minh City Party Committee has set 3 goals. By 2025, Ho Chi Minh City will be a smart city, a modern industrial and service city, maintaining its role as an economic locomotive and growth engine of the southern key economic region and above Vietnam. It will lead the innovation, quality of life, civilization, modernity with a per capita GRDP of $8,500. By 2030, Ho Chi Minh City will be a modern industrial, service and cultural city, a leader of the digital economy and digital society, with a per capita GRDP of $13,000, and be a center of economy, finance, trade, science, technology, and culture in Southeast Asia. Under the vision to 2045, Ho Chi Minh City will become Asia's economic and financial hub, with sustainable development, high quality of life, and per capita GRDP of $37,000, and be an attractive destination for international tourists and investors.